Lead generation for real estate. Let's talk about that. If you have a business here in Dubai and you're struggling getting high quality leads for your real estate company, then this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I won't only go through the main common mistakes you might be doing that are preventing you from getting high quality leads for your business, but also how you can fix those mistakes and finally start attracting high quality lead and stop wasting money on random advertising campaigns that are not getting you any significant result. I am Francesca Taraddei, marketing advisor. In the last few years, I had over 3,000 clients worldwide, and I help businesses in any sort of niche developing marketing and advertising strategies to generate a consistent flow of clients and potential clients, both online and offline, with tailor-made strategies and approaches. Just recently, I expanded my company here in Dubai, and here I am making this video about lead generation to show business owners here in Dubai what real marketing looks like. So today, I want to talk about lead generation, as you can see from my screen, in particular for real estate. I made many videos about lead generation, but I never made one specifically made for real estate. However, since recently, I've been acquiring many clients in the real estate industry, and I've been speaking with many real estate company owners. I wanted to talk about the most common mistakes I've seen doing in this industry, so maybe you can take some valuable information and finally stop wasting money with random advertising campaign. So let's get into the depth of this video and let's start talking about the most common mistakes that you could be making, that I've seen doing here in Dubai, that might be preventing you from getting high quality leads. Every time I spoke with business owners, and this happened recently as well, every time I asked them about their competitors, the first few names that always pop out are names of very big companies. Now, I won't be mentioning this name, but if you're in the real estate, you already understand who I'm talking about. I mean, just look out of any window and you will find skyscraper with their name on top and similar. So we all know who are the giant in this industry, who right now is dominating this industry. But the point is, when you think of them as your competitors, you're doing a huge mistake. Because let me tell you something, those are not your competitors. So the first mistake is understanding who your competitors truly are. When you say that your competitors are these giant in the industry, you're basically saying that when it comes to marketing, you are competing with them. But the truth is you're not, because you don't have the budget, not even the market share, to compete with them. It's like saying that you have a nice family-owned company that produce beverages, tea, soda, and you want to compete with Coca-Cola. You see, there is a huge difference between your family business and Coca-Cola. Marketing-wise, you don't have the budget to compete with them. And the same thing goes with real estate. You cannot compete with this huge giant. So when you take a look at them and you start studying them and perhaps even copy what they're doing, what would happen is you might be losing a lot of money. They are playing on a completely different level, and if you try to compete with them marketing-wise, perhaps on Google campaign, on specific project, you're simply just going to waste a lot of money because you cannot outbid their budget, because their budget is perhaps unlimited. So unless you have billions of dollars, unless you are one of these giants, but I don't think it's the case, otherwise you wouldn't be here watching this video, then considering those giants as your competitors is the first mistake you might be making. Because when you consider them as your competitors, you start studying them. You start studying their marketing and what they're doing, and perhaps even copy what they're doing. But you cannot copy what they're doing, because even if it might be working for them, and I mean it is, because otherwise they wouldn't be the giant in the industry, trying to copy what they're doing, it's simply not going to work for you because you don't have the budget to compete with them. And even if you did, even if you had billions of dollars, you might not be able to overcome what they're doing, to beat them at their own game. Why? Because they came way before you did. And this is something that already happened in many different industries. A few years back, billionaires have tried to launch other soda energy drink company trying to compete with giant in the industry like Red Bull, like Coca-Cola, and so on. But in the end, they didn't succeed because even though they had an unlimited budget, it wasn't enough to compete with this giant because they already had a huge chunk of the market. It was purely impossible gaining the trust of people and converting the billions of people those companies were already converting. So the first thing you want to do is switch your focus from the real competitors. Don't see those giants as the company you're competing with. Let's take a look at the companies that had pretty much the same budget as you do, or at least they are playing at the same level that you are playing. Another mistakes that you might be doing, which is linked to the one that I just listed, is copying your competitors. So once you understand that you cannot compete with the giant, another common mistake that I've seen doing is copying your competitors. So copying other companies that are perhaps more successful than you are, because maybe you just launched your real estate company. So you take a look at the successful real estate reality here in Dubai and you start copying exactly what they're doing. Guess what? It's not going to work. It's not going to work for two specific reasons. First of all, you don't know if what they're doing is working or not. Yes, you might have seen some reviews online, you might have seen people talking about this company, but the truth is the very large company, real estate company here in Dubai that are super successful, they have an amazing network. They work a lot with referrals and their network connection, and this is due mainly because they've been in the market for many years. If you want to take a look on the other end at the company that are promoting themselves and the huge chunk of clients they get is out of their marketing efforts and not their network, so they're actively doing advertising, in that case, what they're doing might not work for you. Most of the time, it won't work for you. Why? Just take a look at what's happening in the real estate industry on Facebook and Instagram. You will find a bunch of ads that they all look the same. You will find a bunch of campaigns that they all look the same, all redirecting to the same whole landing page, the same whole opt-in page. It's a template with random text over that doesn't speak to the audience, doesn't profile the audience. Sometimes there is not even a landing page or an opt-in page, there is just a form, a basic form with no question asked. It's basically a form anyone can opt in. So do you really think that copying this is going to get you qualified leads? Let me tell you, it won't. Because those competitors, the same exact competitors you are copying, trying to get results, are struggling getting results themselves in the first place. You see where the problem is? So copying your competitors, it's never a good idea. It won't work. First of all, what's working for them might not work for you because you don't know what's behind. You don't know what's behind their ad. You don't know what kind of resources they have behind those ads. Even if they're doing a very random marketing campaign, which is not profiling at all, but they don't care because they have a huge call center of agents that are willing to spend their all day talking with them, following up with those trash leads, and it's fine for them converting even 1 out of 1,000. Okay, this is not something that might be applied to your business because maybe you don't have the same infrastructure, so you don't know what's going behind, and that's the very first reason. Secondly, what they're doing might not be working for them, so it won't be working for you. That's another problem. And this leads us to the third point, is whenever I see these ads, random ads, real estate ads that don't even have real picture because perhaps they're promoting off-plan properties and sometimes they just have the picture of the developers. So these campaigns are made from many different real estate companies and firms, but in the end they all look the same because everyone is using the same exact feature provided by the developer. They're using the exact same landing pages and opt-in pages, and the claim are hilarious. Most of the time, every time I see these kind of ads with these absurd claim, I am speechless because I truly don't understand how these agency, how the person that is dealing with the marketing cannot see the problem of making those claims. And I'm talking about fake and unrealistic claims. Okay, so for example, you are trying to sell something in downtown, properties in downtown, and you are stating prices, starting price that are very, very low, so you get people's attention. Or you are promising or promoting these ads with fake return out of investment estimate just to get the attention of people. The point is, doing this is just going to get you a bunch of trash leads. That's the very reason why you're getting a bunch of trash leads, because you are hooking people with bait numbers. You're going to get people that are looking for that price in the end. And if you don't have any option at the price, they won't be buying. You are attracting people that are not a fit with your business, with what you're selling. There is a problem. So fake claims usually attract low quality leads, or at least leads that are not profiled and not fit with what you are selling. So if right now you are struggling with low quality leads, that could be the very issue. Of course, if your goal is just to get a bunch of contacts, just to feed them to your real estate agent, to your realtors, so they are motivated and they keep working to basically achieve nothing, then be my guest. But if you really wish to grow your company, if you're looking to generate profile leads, then you should be switching your focus from doing all of these, okay? What you truly need to generate high quality leads is the right advertising strategy with the right approach. So you have to study your audience, who you want to target, what kind of properties you have to offer. Are we talking about off-plan properties? Are we talking about rental properties? Do we have ready-to-buy properties? Do we have some project with exclusivity? So you have to consider all of these variables and then craft tailor-made advertising strategy for each one of these scenarios. Otherwise, you're not going to see any tangible result. Your marketing, your advertising, your marketing approach needs to be customized according to many factors. And the few that I just list are just some of them. So first of all, you need the right advertising strategy according to the audience, according to the properties you have available. Secondly, you need a profiling message. You need to profile your audience. You need to find the right message, the right words, the right structure as well. It's not just the message, but the overall marketing system, the overall marketing structure that can profile your leads, that can increase the quality of the leads. It needs to be clear from your ads who you're targeting, who this campaign is made for, who this kind of properties is made for, who are the people you want to get in touch with. Otherwise, you're just going to get a bunch of people that are not in target with what you have available, with what you're selling. And finally, once you have the right message, once you have the right structure in place, you have the right advertising strategy, you need to be sure to have the right budget to fuel that marketing action. Most of the time, I see business owners doing the worst thing marketing-wise and advertising-wise just to lower the cost of the leads, just to lower the advertising expense. This is something you don't want to do. Who care about the cost of the leads? You have to take a look at the cost per sale. You have to do actions to reduce the cost of a sale and to increase the quality of the leads. But believe me, when you increase the quality of the leads, even the cost of the leads will increase. But at the same time, even the conversion rate will go up. So you need to switch your focus. You need to think about a way you can increase your conversion rate. And the only way you can do that is by increasing the quality of the lead, not by reducing the cost of acquisition. That's not what you should be focusing on. You should be focusing on reducing the cost of a sale, not the cost of acquisition. Because when you focus just on reducing the cost of acquisition, what will happen is that you're going to do the worst action to reduce the cost per lead, for example, using fake claims, using the random lead generation form on Facebook and Instagram. All of these actions are going to reduce the cost of the lead, yes, of course, but they're also going to reduce the quality because anyone can opt in. You have to picture your marketing system, your lead generation system as a funnel, okay? And the more the funnel goes deeper, the more step you add, you need to be able to profile the leads even more. You need to sift from the bunch of people, the ones that are truly in target from the ones that are not. Otherwise, you will just waste money, and that's not the very end goal. Our goal is to focus on making a profit, on making a sales, on increasing the revenues, on getting your agent motivated. You don't want to have a bunch of agents just playing with their fingers because they don't have anything to do, because you're not feeding them leads, or at least quality leads, people that are actually going to schedule viewings, that are going to be responsive when your agents are going to follow up with them, and so on. So if you need help with your lead generation campaign for your real estate company, if you want to get high quality lead, you can click the link you'll find down below, and I'll see you there. Bye.